Welcome to Diverse Orange, our conversation about diversity here in Central Florida. And my guest today is Derek Stroker. Welcome, Derek.
Terry, it's amazing to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Derek, it's very obvious by your background that you are a musician and a guitar player.
That is true. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that, but let's start out by talking about where you grew up.
Awesome. Okay, so originally I'm from Miami, Florida, a little town called Kendall, and a very, very diverse group of people that are around there. And we always like to call it just the melting pot, of Florida down in Miami, where everyone can come and everyone is welcome.
Like what kind of diversity?
So I would say there's just literally, if you kind of walk maybe 100 feet from any location, you're going to see any type of culture, really. And all of them are 100% authentic. And it seems like everyone is so proud to be who they are in Miami. It's a really wonderful thing.
Like from different parts of the US or different parts of the world?
Almost everywhere, really. There's a whole cluster, of different people, and I think people like to come to Florida just in general because of the weather, because of everything, and they enjoy vacations and enjoy everything. So it's really great kind of breeding ground for that. And then as far as out of state is concerned, definitely a lot of different cultural influences that kind of come through, and definitely Latin and African American, everything.
So growing up, you were used to a lot of diversity and saw no issues related to people's differences.
Oh no, I love it. It's what makes communities thrive. I feel like, and it's an incredibly important thing. And I'm so honored and blessed to be here in Orlando now, where it's thriving, and I see it every day. It's an incredible thing.
Well, what led you to Orlando?
So originally I came here for music school. So I was in the music production program at Valencia, and from there I actually moved out to Nashville for a little while, and pursued the.
It's a good place for musicians
It
usually.
is 100%, and I definitely cut my teeth there. And it was an incredibly important part of my journey to go there and to play with the top tier of musicians and songwriters, and get to kind of mingle with the industry. So I was there for about 6 years, and we moved back. My girlfriend at the time, and now wife. So we decided that we wanted to start a family, and we moved back here and had two beautiful kiddos.
You talk about that you like your music to transcend differences and evoke happiness, hope, and connection. Where did you get those thoughts, words, and feelings?
Yeah, well, I would say throughout my household when I was growing up, there was music through the hallways, and it was everything, all different kinds of influences. Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and it was the thing that carried over through everything was love. And I'm a very, very, very big advocate for love across everything in my life, and music is one of those things, and also community and friendships and everything else.
Well, music can also be a vehicle for angst and anger and revolution, but that's not your style.
You know, it tends not to be. Obviously there are some songs that come out that are heartfelt, and that kind of talk about um, understanding, and trying to kind of try to uh, I guess, figure out different ways to approach um, those types of feelings, hurt and heartfelt kind of things. So it's definitely it's an interesting question, but I do lend to or tend to lead more onto the feel good side of things. So I call my music feel good music.
Well, how do you get to that, to spreading joy and leaving a positive mark when things are falling apart around you, when you might not like the way direction our government is going, or uh, you see other places that are not accepting of diversity? I mean, not not far from the center of Orlando is um, Lake County, where there are a lot of people who don't like immigrants, don't like people that have different color than their skin,
Right.
that have
Yeah.
had um, a sheriff up until recent times that was just a blatant racist. So,
100%.
in the face of all that,
Yeah.
how do you come to joy and leaving a positive mark?
Well, that's what I want to do and be for the world. Really, I've always said that I want to be kind of a beacon of light, and I want to kind of provide hope and provide love, and I use my music kind of as a vehicle for that. So I think that's kind of the main thing is just trying to not focus on the negative and really kind of trying to focus on the positive.
And have you had personal experience with seeing that be effective? Have you um, seen your music do any kind of transformation in somebody?
Sure. Yeah. I play around a lot here in Orlando and a lot at Disney Springs actually, and um, to kind of to see people just kind of walking through Disney Springs and hear something that is that sparks joy is pretty impressive. So I get to see it all the time, almost every week. I get to see and I get to spread that joy, and it's all through music and through love and dedication to my craft.
Great. Well, is there anything in Central Florida that is there something in Central Florida that you think is missing?
Hmm, that's a good question. I think there's a lot of really great things that I think are coming out that are programs now. I'm a part of the DTO program, which is bringing artists all through downtown Orlando in the most impressive of ways, and it kind of goes through all different genres and all different types of music and cultures and beliefs, and it's a really amazing thing. I think that we need more of that, and that is maybe one thing that I think would be really great for venues to kind of take on more of that kind of a mindset, right? Where it's not just one type of music that people like. Maybe there are different nights for different types of music and different types of people that come into their establishments, and just kind of creating a culture around that and around loving all types and all different cultures. So I think that that would be, I think, a really great thing to kind of start.
But you have performed at the DTO programming.
Yes, I've been with them from the beginning, and it's been an amazing experience. I love playing for patrons downtown, and it's definitely been something that has really given me a lot of light and energy, where I'm able to kind of feed off other people downtown who aren't expecting to hear live music, around, and I'm able to give them what I have in my energy, and they're kind of giving it back. So it's been an amazing experience so far.
Because this is where people can experience music on the street for
Yep.
free.
Yes, on the street. So it's all street performances. There's a bunch of different locations around downtown, and they're adding more and more every week. It seems like, so it's really exciting.
Great. Well, I'm delighted that you're part of that program. Um, I don't think we can have enough of spreading joy and leaving positive marks. And we're glad you're here. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
You bet. And thank you for joining, watching this issue of Diverse Orange. Have a great time.